Well, if you missed last week's show, we got tired of the slow Virginia deer hunting that we were experiencing, so I packed up the whole family, and just like somebody south of the border when they heard Democrats were in office, we headed for Texas.
Welcome to Texas! Woo!
We made it to Texas.
Yay! Texas! Texas is the best state.
Last week, the kids killed a pile of deer and a coyote. We're still looking to lay down some does, but my daughter Addie is after a pretty good buck, and we'll see if she can get her first big buck ever. My middle child Izzy is, I think, trying to kill every deer in the state of Texas. And my wife Kat, who's basically been pregnant or raising kids for the last 10 years, is coming out of retirement, and she's going to try to get her first bow kill with her Hoyt bow in over 10 years. You're a killer, I like it. And me and Kate aren't done either. We still have quite a few does to kill, so we better get to it.
Well, I'm mean as gravel, I'm poor as dirt, and I like things better the way they were. Well, I'm strong in the head, but I get things done. I spend too much money to have a little fun. Come on. I ain't changing, I'm a stubborn man. So can you love me like I am? Can you love me, baby, like I am? Yeah.
After the 20-some-hour truck ride down to Texas, the next morning everybody's whooped, so they all sleep in, and me and Shane slide out to one of my favorite little doe killing holes. It didn't take long for the deer to start moving, and I was gonna pop the first one I got a chance to. Chalk another doe up for the tally.
She's down right there. I'm telling you one thing, on a calm morning like this, there's almost nothing harder to do than shoot a doe at close range with other deer around like that, man. That doe was, well, she was aware of what was going on. Jacking up does down here in Texas.
I cannot get over the devastation every time I look at a deer that's hit by a G5 broadhead. It is unbelievable. That sucker did blow right through her. You gotta go find that arrow. We're gonna get her back, man. That's another good doe for the management here at Holton Deer Hunts. The kids had a ball yesterday shooting a bunch of deer and coyote, and we're gonna keep it rolling, man. Hey.
It's cold out here. It is cold.
It is a little chilly, buddy. Well, I didn't kill as many does as you did, but I got one. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing better than going back with a little deer blood on you to see your wife and your youngins and eat a big old breakfast. After we ate breakfast that morning, we put a game plan together for the evening, shot the rifles a little bit. The plan for that evening was Kat was gonna hunt this little creek bottom where we felt like she had a good opportunity to get a top pin shot with her Hoyt bow. And Addie, my oldest daughter, was gonna go after a pretty good buck.
We're out here by the edge of a wheat field. We're trying to get a call buck to come out so we can get a shot at one.
Put your left hand over the top of your barrel. That'll give you a little bit more in front of the scope. There you go. Is there brush in the way right there?
Yeah.
How about now?
No.
Whenever you're ready. Go ahead. Oh, good shot, good shot. Hang on, he's don't hang on down. You were shaking quite profusely. Oh, good shot, good shot.
I think so.
Big frame.
That's a cool deer.
Yeah. Thank y'all. This is amazing. I can't believe it.
He broke a bunch off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that used to go
Yeah.
just like that one.
Mm-hmm.
We started with does yesterday.
I know. That was good.
Buck today.
Yeah.
That's a big old bruiser, isn't it?
Yeah. Brute.
I use SKB because, unfortunately, I'm not the only one that handles my gear. Like the baggage handler that might have done one bong rip too many on his lunch break.
Sorry, bro.
Or when your wife drives anything without a backup. Okay.
Love your face. Bye.
SKB, the world's best cases.
So excited. Addison! Oh my gosh, let me see it. Girl! Can you believe
Cut its
No.
tongue off.
I thought she was fixing to go off.
Can you believe it, Cade?
Pretty crazy, huh?
It's
She said her biggest one
awesome.
to date was a 3-point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, die.
After we got done celebrating in the skinning shed and got some dinner, the next day it was technically Cade's turn to shoot, but from being out in the skinning shed late and eating dinner a little bit late, I guess everybody was tired. So everybody but Izzy slept in, so she got to go with me and get in the ground blind.
Just a little bit right here.
We actually headed down to where Cat was bow hunting the day before. I knew there had to be a pile of does in that area, and me and Izzy went down there to prove it. This was a great little setup. There was wheat fields behind us, so we were planning on catching these deer between the wheat fields and their bedding down by the creek. This was a beautiful spot, and it didn't take long before deer started pouring in. And out steps the first contestant. Step right up and play the new game everybody's talking about. It's called Will You Make It Out Alive from in front of this ground blind while Izzy's behind the gun. Chances are you won't. Let's play.
Elbow is like right up my line. Just wait till she gets settled.
And I know you'd like to bend my ear.
Be ready to rest that red dot and get crosshair right on it.
Can't a fella have just one beer?
Whenever she gets broadside. Okay, now it's perfect. You ready, Shane? Whenever you want her.
Old Rut Daniels says she didn't go 20, and I guarantee you she didn't go 20.
Go ahead and crack her if you want to. You ready, Shane? I'm ready. Hold on. Just wait. Okay, put the dot on her. Take your time.
The bottom of this.
Smoked. Hard shot. One of the things, like you see this deer right here, that's the beauty of bow hunting and hunting with a suppressor. Because that deer didn't even smoke it. It doesn't know where the gunshot came from. They don't know what's going on. It is way more exciting for me to see her kill a deer than it is for me to ever kill another deer. What a great morning.
Man, it was awesome to watch Izzy put on this shooting planet. Yeah, they weren't very far away, but she shot all these deer perfect, and they didn't go anywhere.
I do enjoy a good deer killing every once in a while.
See that muzzle control, boys and girls? That's what you got to teach them when they're young. You got to put a rifle in their hand and teach them that there's a red hot laser beam that'll kill everything in its path coming out of that barrel, and it never stops coming out. You teach them that, they start respecting that sucker.
Come on, lady.
They're still smart, Alex, but they, at least they got good muzzle control. So she went a grand total of 7 yards, maybe 8, 7 or 8 yards. What a pretty deer, though. Look how beautiful she is. There she is. See the difference? Like, so you were asking me, this one was a smaller body than the other two does, but you were asking me about whether it was a baby. See the head on that deer? Well, the babies, their noses are like that long, and they're little teeny noses, and they look like they have little softball heads with a little teeny nose. So that's kind of how you tell the babies from the ones that are either a year and a half old or older. Huh? There's the other one right there. The deer didn't go anywhere, did they? Let's go see this one.
I couldn't be more proud of my kids, man. It's awesome watching them enjoy it and have fun. And for you guys that are sitting out there that really don't understand what we're doing and why are they killing so many deer, A, we're gonna eat them all. B, there's a surplus in this area, so we do meticulous deer counts of this area and manage these numbers for optimal herd health. So we have a quota. We have 60 or 80, I can't remember how many tags that Paul had left over at this point in the season, but a bunch of tags to fill. So when you see us literally whacking and stacking these deer, we're thinking about the overall health of the herd, and we're thinking about filling our freezers. I know that gets said to the point where it's cliche, but we eat and utilize all of these animals. 100% of these animals will either be consumed by us or people that would otherwise not get to eat anything.
Rip Gamble's here for limited range hanging system. You simply take your hanging system, place it on the wall, grab your deer. Is that thing sturdy? Shoot, yeah, it's sturdy. Man, I think I'm gonna just stick with full range.
You know, I was sitting in the blind that evening contemplating my life, and I started thinking about the fact that I'd let myself go a little bit to the point where I looked like a roadie for AC/DC that slept under a dumpster the night before. And that's not the way I wanted my kids to remember Daddy on this trip, so I decided I was going to get a haircut that night at all costs.
You cut hair? On heifers? Yeah, wow.
Well, it's like the same thing.
All right, well, come on.
There were no human clippers on the ranch, but it turns out that Paul had a pair of cattle shears, which I cannot recommend.
That's gonna be.
This is not cutting your hair.
It's not. It's definitely hung up in there.
I mean, if you want to have your hair yanked out,
Well, it's not my fault.
be singed and cut, burned, and bleeding, it could be the route you want to go, but I wasn't into it.
There you go now, look at
Dang it, Candace.
Everybody else seemed to be having fun, though.
Ouch.
Looks so much better already.
Cut my hair, woman.
No, wait, you know what you look like? Lloyd on Dumb and Dumber.
What's that on your neck? Is that a hickey? No. Cut my hair with some cow shears.
Up until this point, I've been hanging back, letting everybody else shoot stuff, but now it's time for me to grab my Hoyt and go out and see how much damage I can do.
We didn't even get here good. These deer have been moving all day. We actually bumped a couple getting in here. We got in the blind, and just more deer started coming out right away. We barely got time to set up. Nice job, Shane. Good footage, man. We got that one in high speed. Looks pretty cool, that daggone mega meat heart shot. That was insane. She's dead right there. I saw her fall. But I wouldn't be surprised if some more does come in here. That's cool to get one shot early like that.
I knew I should have brought Kat with me because this deer right here would have been the perfect deer for her to shoot. After he strolls off, a couple of does start strolling in. And what do we do when does come strolling in on a management hunt, boys and girls? As Ted Nugent would say, we whack 'em, we stack 'em, we cut 'em, no slack 'em.
Oh, that feels good, man. Feels good because it's putting meat in the freezer, baby. Making this place an even better place to hunt, which I don't think is humanly possible. When you grow excess amounts of deer, you have to reduce the surplus. It's actually hard work, believe it or not. It's like I've always said, me and Big Daddy Kane, killing does ain't easy, but it's necessary.
That's a good boy. Get him.
Good boy. Yeah. Put tie a bell on you and make a work dog out of you yet? Good boy. Good boy. Yes, that's a good boy. Who said you were a sissy dog after all? Which one are you? You are first doe, I think, because you didn't duck at all. Second doe is probably slightly short of this one, actually. There she is, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they died. No, yeah, she was quartering away. They died nowhere apart. That's funny. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, let's see how far apart they are, buddy. 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Died 5.5 yards apart. That was a quartering away? Slightly, just a grunt quarter. Probably came out, I know, man. We're gonna get these deer loaded up, but another successful hunt here at Paul Holton Deer Hunts.
Superior accuracy, unmatched reliability. Red Arrow weapons may be the greatest.
Whoa, take it easy on the oversell. We get it. They're awesome.
Sorry, I got excited. Order yours now at redarrowweapons.com.
There was one more thing I wanted to accomplish before we left Texas, and I've been thinking about it all week, especially when I started seeing some of these cull bucks, and I said, you know, Paul, Kat has never killed a racked buck. She's killed a spike and a doe before this trip with a bow and arrow, and that's it. And that was 10 years ago. So I said it would be really cool if we could put her on a decent cull buck. In fact, there's a deer that I saw when I killed my 2 does the other night that will be perfect. This might be the perfect buck. And Paul agreed, and he said, yeah, I know right where that is. The wind was right, the conditions were right, and we're just all sitting around, fingers crossed, hoping Kat gets a shot at this deer. These Texas deer are nervous, and we've gone over how to, you hold your pin low. And so when this deer gets in there, Kat held her pin low and maybe just a little bit too low, but this deer ducked enough where she hit him, he ducked and quartered away. So she hit him low and back, but it drove up into him. And we were pretty confident, even though the shot was a little off, that we were gonna find this deer.
Well, we got some blood coming through there, going this way, so we're just gonna keep on tracking it, see if we can get to him.
All right, we're on the right path. All right.
Oh my gosh! Holy cow! But man, look at him, it's crazy. Like he was a clean 8 but has no brows.
That's a cool deer.
It's so cool. This is the biggest buck I've ever killed. It's so cool. What a cool deer. We've had a time here. 12 does, 2 bucks, and a coyote in 4 days. Not too shabby here at Paul Holton.
I was so pumped when Kat brought this deer back. It was the perfect ending to the perfect trip down to Texas. We got in a little bit of a slump back home. We killed a couple deer, had a good time, but we needed to go down to Texas and just stack some meat in the freezer, and that's exactly what we did. Had a ball. The kids gained a ton of experience, got to look at all kinds of different deer, big bucks. They killed a bunch of does and some call bucks, even a coyote. We had an absolute ball. How could you not down in Texas? Y'all don't forget, on your way out, stop by the online store. Keep supporting the Campbell family. Keep the lights on in here just a little bit longer, and we'll keep bringing you some cool hunting content. We had fun on the show this week, and next week we're going to be dropping some big bucks, so y'all come back and see us.